On my way down to NVN London, I did not ever think about this moment that is happening right behind me. Zenith Vehicle Management have just bought the Lamborghini Murcielago down to NVN, and it is parked next to my brand new BMW M2 competition, and for the first time ever, my two cars meet on the day that the Murcielago comes down here for its full PPF, and I will get into all of the details, the entire process and how meticulous it is, and why I've chosen these guys to PPF my car, because it is vital to protect that incredible Barkaways paintwork. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Supercars of London. Hope you're having an amazing day. The weather is incredible. Behind me, we've got a pretty cool two-car garage. Not quite as good as what we had on Monday with my Murcielago next to the BMW M2, but MrJWW is here. His GT3 looks stunning, a little bit dirty, but next to the M2, what a cool combination. Now today, I'm going to be taking you through the cars that NVN have in at the moment, including what is going on with my Lamborghini and giving you guys that update. But the main point of today's video is to answer the question that I have seen across my social medias during lockdown and post-lockdown. What is going on with the Eurospares Ferrari 458 Italia? Because the last time I saw it, it was here. Oh, James! Oh my God, it's been what?
How do we embrace?
How's it going?
Really good.
Yeah?
Back out of my own postcode for the first time in like 12 weeks. So it's good, man. You know,
and
really,
this air-conned unit is the dream.
Man, driving down here, it's like 30 degrees at 10 in the morning. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, it's good to be back, man. Really
I've
nice.
actually been down here for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Because around the corner over there is a black Murcielago.
Do you know this is the first time I've seen your car?
Really?
In real life? Yeah, I've seen lots of photos. I feel like I know it.
Yeah.
But until you see it in person, it's in a proper big boy supercar. Yeah, it's so good.
Well, I think what we'll do then, whilst some of the guys are cracking on with that stunning satin PPF SVJ, let's just do a bit of a walk around, check out some of the cars here, because what I want to do is obviously tell these guys what's going on with my Murcielago, what happened to the 458 Italia.
Yeah.
Because you guys obviously removed the PPF, removed the roof, it went off to GAD tuning to do some testing, and then sadly departed my, not ownership, but my possession is the right way of talking about that. So would you like...
When Paul says we removed the roof, we removed the wrap off the roof.
Yeah.
No steel saws involved.
The first 458 Roadster. But I'll follow you through these
let's do it. Let's go through
sliding doors.
The sliding doors.
Look at this.
Do you know what's quite cool is this whole lockdown being away from supercars. When I walked back in here, I forgot how amazing supercars looked.
I had
it was unbelievable.
The exact same thing, and we talked about it, didn't we, on the phone?
Yeah.
Because when you're in lockdown, you can see the photos, and Instagram never does it justice when you actually see them in the flesh. You see the curves and the presence of them just in front of you.
Absolutely, man. You've just arrived. We did have 6 pistas in here, all in a line.
How many are there now? There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think that's it. Yeah. So one's actually just gone and one left yesterday.
Yeah.
All in for the same thing. Full body PPF, ceramic coating, paint correction, etc.
With an 812 in for good measure as well.
812 in there as well. I quite like this one. This one's, so I actually stuck up a photo of the whole lineup, and everyone was like, what's your favourite spec? And this was at the back of the line. So I don't think anyone knew that it was a satin paint, but it looks mega.
Now, one thing I've noticed about this is the stripe is matched by the wheels. Check out the have you seen the wheels?
It's quite a spec. Yeah, look at that. Matte navy wheels.
Let me get a bit closer. Whoa!
It is a mad spec, isn't it?
But it stands out.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Compared to, I mean, they're all beautiful. They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's something unique about that when you're driving. I mean, look, there's 4 here at the moment.
I was about to say, in what world should we have to make a pista unique? But, you know, here we are.
And an 812, Grigio Silverstone, I'm guessing.
It looks like Grigio Silverstone, yeah. Shall we have a look under the bonnet?
It looks so glossy.
It's open, yeah. We are open.
I think when you put the gloss PPF on, obviously satin gives it a different finish, which we can have a look at over there. But the gloss PPF, and once you guys do your bit with the detailing side of it as well, which obviously will be in another video on the Murcielago, but it just makes the car look unbelievable.
So,
go on, what's my knowledge?
Okay, this is a special colour.
Oh my god.
Canada Fusilier, which is basically gunmetal grey. That's what it means. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that is not a standard paint option.
Wow.
So if you want a slightly different shade of grey, it's probably another $7 grand for that. So
I mean, it looks great.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've noticed that there is a Ferrari Enzo there,
Casually parked behind there. Yeah, some of the stuff we get in is nuts. I would say 80% of what we do is brand new cars, but every now and again, a pre-owned or second-hand car will exchange hands.
Yeah.
And then someone wants it all over again.
Yeah.
Full reset. We even have people who bring in cars which they bought second-hand who have already had the PPF done.
They want it removed.
And they want it removed and fitted again as their PPF. Yeah.
Look at this lineup. I mean, Enzo, that DBS is stunning. SVJ over there at the end, that was having the satin stealth PPF whilst I was here filming my Murcielago 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Were you here when the brothers picked up the matching SVJs?
No, I missed that.
We had 2 guys in who spec'd matching matte finished SVJs and they collected them at the same time. It was such a special day.
So
cool. Really, really special.
So cool.
Yeah.
Cullinan.
Yeah, I mean, you know they're big cars, but it's not until you're in the room with everything else.
I mean, it doesn't help that the M2 Comp is next to it because they're a tiny little car.
Yeah.
Hockenheim Silver. That's hands down the nicest I've ever seen an M2 looking.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because you've washed it,
well spruced. Yeah,
you've
cool.
detailed it. It's going in for the paint protection. We have kind of breezed over the SP2 Monza.
Yes.
But there's a reason for that.
Cullinan is in for PPF, but also black pack. So we make everything that would otherwise be chrome on it black. And we do them a lot, actually.
So it's kind of like Black Badge.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah. We send off, I mean, these things get sent off to a partner of ours to have them sort of smoke chromed.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's good. So he's going from gloss to matte. So that process is just started. Yeah. So
look at the difference.
Full-blown matte tank.
Wow.
Once it's done, it's just huge, isn't it?
Mafia spec.
Ridiculous. Yeah, big time. Speaking of matte, I don't know what the colour of this is.
This is the launch colour.
But it's like a sort of gold. I'm not sure if the camera's doing it justice because when I photographed it a few days ago, it just didn't look the same. But it's a sort of copper matte bronze.
Yeah, let's go a little bit closer to this because.
Roadster and
oh yeah, it's a Roadster.
Yeah, it's a Roadster. So
they've done well to get the engine
complex.
bay design
to
match the coupe. I didn't realise that.
And with it having matte bodywork and all of the gloss carbon, you then have to use 2 different kinds of PPF. One satin roll, one gloss roll.
Oh, that looks epic. I think I prefer this to
I do as well.
the satin black.
It looks fantastic.
I mean, that still looks great. I would not turn that down if Lamborghini go, here are the keys to your SVJ Roadster for the weekend. I wouldn't care what colour it came in.
Mate, this weather with the roof off on this thing.
Oh yeah.
And what's great about it is, you've got a GP3 opposite SVJ Roadster. It's rad, man. It's a really, really nice place. And lately, there's so much turnover of cars.
Yeah.
I'm probably down here every few days, and every time I come in, there's just a whole new batch of crazy stuff. Where's this stuff coming from? This is thoroughbred. It's such a beast. I can't get over it, man. The paint job's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
So how long has it taken?
So I dropped this car off to SB in August 2019.
Okay.
It got de-wrapped.
Yeah.
The car then got stripped. It then went to Barkaways. They took all of the white paint off because obviously I had real problems with that paint.
Yeah.
So they stripped it back to bare metal, painted it in around November. Then obviously in December we had Christmas, we came back in January, and all of the Lamborghini parts that we needed to rebuild, it took ages to come from the factory. So thankfully I got this just after lockdown eased, but it was sat at Barkways, finished, polished for the entirety of lockdown.
Wow.
So I was desperate to get it.
Painful, man.
It's so painful. But here it is, down at NVN, the only place that I thought I could bring this car, because we're going to be preserving the paintwork, and this is going to be the most concours Murcielago.
Well, thanks for bringing it down.
I don't know whether it's in the world or the UK.
It's a real honour to work on it, because I've obviously personally heard from you your whole journey, the whole journey with this car. So it feels really nice to have it here, mate. It's really, really cool.
And even the guys here were saying, like, obviously at the moment you've got 4 pieces in, you get the new stuff,
that's right,
and they kind of are excited about the fact that you've got something like this. The really exciting part is when the pattern and design for the PPF is going to be made for this car. It's going to be unique to this car.
Yeah, it will be specific to it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are templates out there, but you know, every template that we've ever tried, it's never what I would. It's not something that I would want on my car.
Yeah.
I mean, there are gaps, and for a car like this, considering the amount of work that's just been put into it, every single panel that we create for it will be bespoke for your specific car.
And that's just
nice.
It's the extra mile.
It's the extra mile.
It's the
man.
NVN extra mile.
That's it, man. So, I can't wait. I can't wait to just follow that process. It's a long job.
Yeah.
It's a really long job. The guys here will basically 3D map your car. But what's cool is we will always have your car on file.
Yeah.
So if you do get a scuff or a chip or something, we can then print off Paul's left wing. You know what I mean? It's cool. Yeah.
That is epic. And basically, the stage that it's in now is it's going to have its stage 2 detail. Now, I am filming the entire process from start to finish, starting in the wash bay, coming over here for the detail, and I'll be going into so much more detail about the entire process to PPF such a special car, and obviously why I chose to bring it down here. But just sat there with all of the lights around it, it really looks...
It's great.
So special.
What'll be really nice, I mean, as fantastic as it looks now, once it's gone through its next, like stage 2 details, a lot of work.
Yeah.
That'll make it like mirrored glass.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, the effect of applying PPF to a fantastic paint job, it's almost like putting another layer of gloss lacquer on it. Like it pops incredible.
So this is going to look even better than it looks now, and even better than it looked when Barkaways unveiled it to me. Yeah. So this is really the final chapter to this car's full restoration. And
what is cool is the effect of PPF. While the first thing that comes to mind is you're protecting the car, what you're also doing is freezing that car in time. So underneath whatever you protect will be like that until the day the PPF comes off it, or forever. It's like sort of shrink wrapping it in, preserving. Exactly. You know,
and then obviously maintenance becomes a lot easier because it's only cleaning plastic essentially.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know, and then black cars are a nightmare. So if there was ever a colour to PPF,
all of the guys here have told me that black cars are a nightmare.
It's a nightmare, man. So all of those, I mean, you know, if you've ever hand washed your own black car, if it's an overcast day, you don't see it too much, but as soon as the sun comes out, you realise that you've had those micro scratches, that like spider webbing in the side of it, and you're just like, how have I done that? You know, whereas PPF, none of that happens.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sat here, it looks as though it's ready to get unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show.
It's just thoroughbred supercar, this, isn't it? It's a proper
Let's
job.
actually take a quick walk around, because I look at this car, and I know that I'm biased, but I walk around this and go, if you put slightly bigger wheels on it, because wheels obviously date the car because they're 18-inch, but if you put bigger wheels on it, it doesn't look out of date.
Not at all. It's just an unreal thing. I can't get over how wide it is.
Yeah.
Detail on these lights here. So you had new parts fitted as well as paint?
Yeah. So when the car got completely stripped, all of the nuts and bolts that were on the car before, you go to like the tubings, there was so much intricacy to the stripping process that when it was time to put it all back together, the list of parts that I needed from Lamborghini was about 6 pages of A4. And
sounds a cheap job.
Some of the parts we needed 48 times of them as well.
48.
SB sent me all of the pages, and they're like, there you go, take that to Eurospares, and I was like, I'm gonna have fun with this one. I think the parts alone, with a good deal on, came to about £6,000.
Wow.
And that's basically just nuts and bolts and rubber.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lambo! So we move inside the Timothy Alton Lounge, which is probably a nice place to just sit down and have like a couple of minutes chat about this 458, because you saw it here, you heard about the plans that I had for it. We had carbon seats at Eurospares, we had all carbon interior. It was the perfect blank canvas to really do something cool with it. And I was like, oh my God, like I've got a Ferrari, I've got a Lambo as well, like it's just all starting to come together, and then bang, COVID. Now I don't want to use that as an excuse. I know I touched upon the security issue that I had at my house. So the car actually moved from my house because I had to call the police.
Really?
I don't want to get into it.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So the Ferrari moved, then it came here, then went to GAD tuning, and then whilst I was somewhere, can't remember where, Eurospares basically said we need to get the car back in because we want to start working on it. And then as soon as it hit lockdown, it was like, I don't know the right word to say, but it was like a liability to them with the money that they had in the car, that we just decided that the best thing to do was to sell it.
Right.
So the Ferrari left during lockdown.
So you've not seen it since?
So I've not seen it since it came from here. I didn't even see it with the white roof.
There's an interesting theme here, because the last time that the TDF was in my line of sight was here, alongside your 458 before lockdowns. You're the curse.
I'm the negative denominator here, aren't I? Where I just get rid of cars. But I mean, I think with the TDF going up for sale and that insane announcement, congratulations by the way.
Thanks, man.
For everything, because it's so exciting. I've obviously been to the bunker and been to that sort of, done some filming there.
That's right.
Obviously here as well, and to see my Lambo, like I just feel like with everything slowly starting to get back to normal, or the restrictions easing, we're all starting to like M2, I've got the modifications on that, Lambo's going to be back out on the road, and even though the Ferrari's gone, leaves a little bit of a gap in my garage for something else.
Well, that's exciting, Jay.
Exactly.
That is cool. Yeah.
The Ferrari was cool. It didn't obviously last as long as I'd hoped. I really wanted it to be a much more permanent fixture on the channel, but I got it in December. We did our Ferrari road trip, did the exhaust, brought it down here, put some miles on it, and got an experience of what it was like to be behind the wheel of a 458. But
also the journey of like importing it and the whole shopping journey was crazy.
It was a unique series that I was so excited about, but obviously so many companies have been affected by Corona, including like ourselves, because in a way we're all companies, and we all kind of have our own ways of bringing that income in, and COVID has definitely affected everyone in so many different ways. So 458 is sadly no more on the channel, but that is not stopping me from working with Eurospares, and hopefully at some point potentially bringing something else in, but also there will be new additions coming with the M2 and the Murcielago. So super cool to be down here.
You can treat that as an experiment for what you're going to do next.
Yeah, exactly. I was just testing the waters with the 458.
To have the sort of access to the Eurospares catalogue, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about project cars, man.
Yeah.
Like the things you could do are ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's go on eBay now. Crash Lamborghinis. But ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for that Murcielago video, because when it is finished, it is honestly going to be the coolest car. I mean, it is the coolest car I've ever owned, but just to have the whole project finished, it is going to be the biggest tick of a box that I've ever had in my life. So stay tuned for that. James, pleasure to see you. Thank you for taking me around.
Yeah,
and
thanks for bringing the Mercy down. It is great to have it in here. It's really, really cool.
And I'm sure, whilst this camera's turned off, we're going to get planning some road trips, UK based, European based, European based as well. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, take care. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Lockdown has definitely had an effect on the way I do outros. I always just start mumbling, but I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye.